Hi, right, I'm going to teach you three things, and we're going to have a look at how to make ears, noses and eyes. And what we'll do is we'll make them big first of all, and then we'll practice shrinking them down for our cameos. So what I've done here is I've got my side profile pic, and there is a picture of, it is me, there is a picture of my ear. So I'm going to start off with my clay here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw roughly using the pointed end of this tool. I'm going to draw my ear shape like this. So, remember it comes all the way around. Okay, so there I've got a rough ear shape. Don't worry, it looks pretty scruffy at the moment. That's okay. Okay, so now, if I move that there, you can see I've got my rough shape. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm first of all going to use the flat bit of my modelling tool, and I'm going to push it down. And what this is going to do is it's going to give me some relief from the rest of the clay. And it's going to make the ear stand out. So you can do it bit by bit. It's a slightly weird angle. There we go. So, have a look at that now. You can see that I've got my rough ear shape standing out. Now, I'm going to do the same for, just going to soften up a little bit. I'm going to do the same for the inside, and I'm just going to go around the inside of my ear with that flat bit here. And I'm pressing it down quite hard because I want that shape to be seen. Now I'm actually going to go all the way inside round to here, and then what I can do is I'm going to scoop this out, try not there you go, so I can keep that bit there. Now if I just use my finger and press it down, what I've got now is actually not a bad shape. Now you can see if I flatten it out, you can see that. Now, practice that. Practice getting the ear shape and the outside the ear. And what we're trying not to do is separate any of the clay. Because what happens is if we end up with bits that we stick on, when they dry, they tend to fall off. So try and keep that clay all in one piece. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking the sharper edge and I'm just going around the outside, and my ears have got this funny little bit here. Now I've not done any of the inside, and actually what you can do is you can kind of trick the eye, and if you just take the sharp bit with your modelling tool, just move that there, you can start sort of putting in some of these sharper lines. And what I'm also going to do is here in my ear duct, I'm going to take the pointed bit and I'm going to press it quite far in. So what I'm looking for is when we see it, I want that to be a shadow that goes all the way in. So, there we go. I'll just take that off now and show you. What we've got is quite a basic, but taking away that bit's there. We've got an ear now in relief, so have a go yourselves. Right, second part, the nose. Now, we can all agree Mr Patton's got a magnificent Roman nose, but I'll show you how we can do that. So the main bits that we're going to try and do is make sure that 1, the shape is correct, 2 that the nostrils are correct, and these fleshy bits, and I've got my slight hamster cheeks here. So let's have a go at this. So this is quite a nice opportunity for you to start practicing sculpting the top of the face shape. So if I move this here, and then I just do this before it goes off. Now, I'm going to cut away, and I want that shape of the brow. Now, this, all I'm doing is, that's a bit much actually, I'm trying to match that shape there, so I'm just going to fiddle with this a little bit. Right, so I've got, here is my brow, and here is going to be my nose. Now I need a nose, I need to cut more of that away, and I'm actually cutting it slightly at an angle, and then let's cut away. I'm sort of cutting in triangles really. Need to get this bit away, excuse me. So, there we go. Now, if you are lucky enough to have a very petite little button nose, good for you, but I most definitely do not, so I'm going to take it a bit more. I think actually my clay is a bit thick for this, but we can still practice the shape. So there we go. Now, if you look here, the line of my cheek comes down here. So I'm using a sharper edge, and I'm just going to again press that quite hard. Press that quite hard. And now I'm going to use the flat end of this to start getting the shape of my nose. And I want it to be smoother than that. And actually, if you take your fingers and just push them together, you can make quite a convincing fold of skin, like that. Now, you can see, if I just put my eye socket there. Now, what I'm missing from my nose is these nostril bits here. So I'm going to just, using the circular bit, I'm going to press those in. And they come not all the way around. Now, if I push it a little bit further, like this, I can then squash it slightly. There we go. So now I have my nose shape. So, right, sadly, I need to extend. Oh, there we go. Got a break in my nose there from playing rugby. So we're looking for, with our nose, the shape of the brow, which actually comes out on me further than my nose, and then down like that. And then we can add lips and a mouth later. But have a go at making a nose like that. Oh, I know what I've forgotten. My nostrils. So you can actually turn this on its side, and this is quite good fun. You can actually physically poke the nostrils in. Don't poke too far because you don't want your nose to fall off. There we go. No, sorry, if you didn't see that, all I was doing was poking it quite far up. There we go. So there is Mr Patton's nose. It's going a bit pointy. I think I need to flatten it off. Have a go at that. Okay, so this part is, we're going to make the eye. And this is quite nice actually, because you can use more than one piece of clay to do this. So if I zoom in, my eye, what we can see is we can see the side of my eye, but most importantly we can see my eyelids there. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to make a cavity that goes here. I'm just going to take my thumb and I'm going to press quite hard into the clay, because that is where the eyeball is going to sit. Like that. So, handily enough, it is kind of, if we take away the eyelids, and the eyeball is sort of thumb shaped. So you can imagine, if you see this face on, that's the eye socket there. Now I'm going to take a bit of clay off here. This is going to be my eyeball and my eyelids. Probably you want to do that before you start. It's going to be quite basic, but you can see how you can build up this. So there's my eye socket. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an eyeball that fits inside my eye socket. So I'm going to sit it here. The front of the eye should sit just like that. There we go. So try and keep it, it will be slightly squashed, but try and keep it circular. Now at the moment it will fall out if I take it, so, but that's okay because we'll fasten it in with the eyelids. Now, before you put the eyelids on, a good thing is you can actually make a pupil, so use a pointed bit of your modelling tool and push it in. Wiggle it about if you want, so it should be a nice circle like this, and you can also carefully add in your iris here. And press it quite deeply so it stands out. Try and keep it in one movement, because otherwise, like I've just done there, you'll get a little dot like that. And then if you just push it gently together, you have that there. So there is my eyeball. Now it's missing eyelids, and to do that, take the remaining clay and we're going to roll it into a long, thin sausage, like this. Break it in half. Now, you want that pointed shape, because that'll be where we're going to sit it on top of the eyeball. So squash it down a little bit so it's slightly flattened, like so. And then I'm going to sit it on top of my eye. I'm pushing in quite hard. You can even push it around the twin, but we won't see that bit. So there I've done my top eyelid, and I can do the same for the bottom. There we go. Now, you will want to make sure that you smooth this in, otherwise when it dries it will fall off like that. So just make sure it's well attached to the base. So here we now have the eye for our cameo, and if I check it against my own eye, that's not too bad. And as you can see there, my nose is going to come down there. Okay, so have a go at that technique, please.